In June 1944, Allied armies stormed the beaches of Normandy and began the liberation of Western Europe. But for decades, one question has haunted historians and generals alike. Could it have happened 1 year earlier? In 1943, pressure for an invasion was intense. The Soviet Union was bearing the brunt of the war against Nazi Germany, losing millions of men. Joseph Stalin demanded a second front in Western Europe to relieve the Red Army. Some Allied leaders agreed, at least in theory. Yet the reality was far more complicated. In early 1943, the Western Allies were not ready. The United States had only recently entered the war. Many divisions were still inexperienced, command structures were untested, and large-scale amphibious warfare remained largely theoretical. Landing craft, essential for any invasion, were in critically short supply. Most were already committed to operations in North Africa, Sicily, and later Italy. Air superiority over Western Europe was also uncertain. In 1943, the Luftwaffe still posed a deadly threat. Allied bombers suffered devastating losses in daylight raids, and fighter escorts lacked the range to protect them deep into Germany. Then there was logistics. Normandy in 1944 succeeded not just because of courage, but because of planning on an unprecedented scale. Artificial harbors, fuel pipelines, and a vast supply network made sustained combat possible. None of that fully existed in 1943. Britain's leaders, especially Winston Churchill, were skeptical of a premature invasion. He favored a strategy of attacking Germany's soft underbelly through the Mediterranean, weakening Axis forces while buying time. American commanders such as George Marshall were more aggressive, but ultimately accepted delay as the safer option. Germany, meanwhile, was far stronger in the West in 1943. Its Atlantic Wall defenses, while incomplete, faced far fewer threats. Panzer divisions were not yet drained by years of fighting, and many elite units were still available for rapid counterattack. A failed invasion would not have been a setback. It could have been catastrophic. Tens of thousands of casualties, loss of elite troops, political disaster, and perhaps a delay of liberation lasting years. Yet critics argue that waiting had consequences. A 1943 invasion might have shortened the war. It might have limited Soviet expansion into Eastern Europe. It might have saved lives lost in later campaigns. Or it might have failed entirely. That is the heart of the debate. World War II was not won by boldness alone, but by timing. By 1944, the Allies had air supremacy, overwhelming numbers, experienced commanders, and industrial power working at full force.